question again just so that I can properly understand you.
You said that love is love. Love should be love. So why can't I love a girl? Like,
Oh, you can love a girl. I love men all the time.
I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to get married in a church until 2015, and I still can't get married in a church. So why should I believe in God when God doesn't believe what I love is what I love? Like, I love a girl, and that's okay for me to love a girl because I don't care what anyone says if I love a girl. But I can't get married in a church because it's not okay in Catholic eyes or Christian eyes. So why should I believe in God if God doesn't believe what I love is right?
Okay, loaded question, but it's very easy to answer. You can love whoever you want to love. And even from the beginning of time, God gave everybody a decision. You can do what you want to do. Now, I'm going to answer a second step to that. Not everything you do or I do is right. I can do a lot of things that I like that you don't agree with, but just because I like it, it doesn't make it right. It could actually be destructive. I see so many people smoking cigarettes. They like it, they do it, doesn't make it right. Now they have the right to do that. Now, if I was somebody that wanted to do something so badly, I wouldn't care who lets me do it. You don't want me to marry in your church? Okay, so why do you want someone's definition of marriage to influence yours? You don't have to even change their definition of marriage. If you believe so strongly that you and that person should be together, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. But the reason why you care about what they think is because deep inside you know that there's a lot of things that they say is true. And so you're wrestling between the concept of God, morality, the Bible, and you just wish, well, why couldn't God accept me? And the answer to that question is God made all of us, and he has a right to define what every one of us is made for.
What's going on, Biblically Constructed fam? Hope you guys are doing well. I hope your family is blessed. There's no hiding from the fact that this is Pride Month. This is where the LGBTQIA plus community celebrate. One of their slogans is, love is love. And if you ever have been in a conversation with someone of this community where you are trying to share or present the gospel, one of the things you will hear often as well is, God is love. Now, before I continue on in this video, this is not hate or acceptance. The default when you don't necessarily agree with something or someone is that you hate that person or that certain group, when that's not the truth at all. What happens is a lot of times when you go against something that someone else is standing for, people easily get offended. And so the first thing they want to say is, oh, you hate or you don't love us, when that's not the truth at all. But what we are going to do is take a look at scripture to see if this idea of love, if it fits, if this meaning that as long as I love or love is presumed to be the driving force, then anything goes. It's okay. The statement that God is love is a correct one, and we find that in 1 John 4. But is that all God is? Is God more than love? Well, we see tons of scripture describing God. We see that he's good, he's faithful, he's unmatched, he's righteous, loving, compassionate, long-suffering, merciful, truthful. And one of the things that is usually overlooked by Christians and non-Christians alike is that he's a judge. We believe here on Biblically Constructed that Jesus and God is one and the same, so we can understand scriptures like John 5:22. For the Father judged no one, but he has given all judgment to the Son. That all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Now, in the near future, I'll be doing a video on judgment and what that looks like for the believer and the unbeliever. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, God is a judge. When we look at love biblically, when we see several definitions, when we turn to the Greek, we see affectionate love. We see that there's sexual love, friendship love, brotherly love. But there's a love that's associated with God and God alone that is called agape love, which, from what I gather from scripture and study of the word, it is impossible for us, being mankind, to obtain this level of love, this agape love. It is beyond unconditional, which is the highest level of love that we can get to as humans. His love, God's love, is connected to a long suffering that our hearts are not built to endure to that level or to bear. So since God is the creator of love, God is the source of love, which means God is the one who defines love. So it's unfair for folks to steal something God created, hijack it, and redefine it. That's the first thing. So to keep it in context with the conversation, do we have the right to love who we want? Well, absolutely. But in the context of how God has defined it. Let me give an example. Is it normal for an adult to have an affectionate love for a 10-year-old sibling? Yeah. Now, is it normal for an adult to have asexual love for a 10-year-old sibling? You see where I'm getting at? So we cannot redefine a hijacked love and make it fit our scenario. In order for you to define love your way, you have to eliminate God, which a lot of people do, not just those of the LGBTQIA plus community. But what they do is they dismiss God altogether or reconstruct or create a God that's not the God of the Bible. One thing that people in general have a hard time doing is doing it God's way because it goes against the fleshly desire. At times, our desire is to do it our way or what we feel is right, which we all can relate to. Now, Paul talks about this internal struggle in Romans 7:18-20. For I know that the good in itself does not dwell in me, that is in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil that I do not want to do, this I keep doing. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but the sin living in me that does it. Yes, this eternal struggle that we all face. But back to this love is love, which love is love, but only true by the one who has created it and defined it. Any other definition of love, it has to be counterfeit. So guys, I hope this helps you on this topic. I know sometimes that slogan can be confusing when you look at it from the surface. Love is love. But when we dive in and we look at the way how God defined love, we see that any other love that's not defined the way God defined it, then it's counterfeit if you're a believer, guys. So the world's going to define it the way they want to define it. There's really nothing that we can do about that except present them the truth. But we as Christians, we have to live and do it the way God has done it and live out the way he has defined love. So guys, I hope this helped you guys out. Be bold, be blessed, but most importantly, be biblically constructed.